Okay, yeah. I know that a few episodes ago, Susan and we did a little review together, and the reason why we did a review together was because someone decided to write a fanfic about us. Well, guess what? There's another fanfic! Okay. This one is written by someone else. In fact, this person has written 2 fanfics about Susan and I. One of them, Susan decided to review herself because I wasn't going to review it. And in that story, it pretty much was about her beating the shit out of me because I supposedly broke her computer. By the way, she doesn't have a computer. She has an Atari and a TV in her room. That's all she has. She doesn't even have a computer. So unless the Atari can connect to the internet, I wouldn't be interested in using it anyway for fanfiction. And I didn't want to review that story because, I don't know, I just didn't feel like reviewing it. And it actually made me laugh. It didn't really make Susan laugh, though, and she was quite pissed off at me when I told her I wasn't going to read it. But today's fanfiction, I guess you can say, is the sequel to that fanfic that Susan reviewed. You see, today's fanfiction is called Addiction to the Problem by Nukanet. And before you ask, I purposely made sure that Susan wasn't here so I could read this story myself. The last thing I need is another episode 120 fiasco with her demanding that we do the review together. That didn't end well. That ended with us getting severely drunk and having a really bad hangover for the next few days, and I don't want to repeat that. And besides, I don't think this fanfic involves us being lesbians like that Master Maritsu story. Let's take a look. This story is rated T, it's in English, it's Friendship, Hurt, Comfort, and has 4 reviews. Let's read. Author's note! Sorry for that last fanfic, I hadn't seen the show in a while, and this was around the time Susan went crazy. FanFic Critic awoke in her chair. Okay, first of all, okay guys, let me remind you of how my name is shown. In the first name, FanFic, the 2 F's are capitalized. And in the second part of the name, Critic, the C is capitalized. Thus my initials would be FFC. I mean, this person wrote out the full name, but they just didn't use the right capital letters and stuff. Let's continue. She was confused until she looked at the screen of Susan's computer. It was just a dream. FanFic Critic sighed and began a review on the horrid fic. So is this supposed to... I guess this isn't really a sequel to the other fic. It's just supposed to be an alternate version of it. I don't know. You know, the author probably should have just rewrote the other fanfic and had it end like this instead of the other one. Or just have this be its own separate thing. Whatever. She got into a rage. She was pissed off. They capitalized pissed off. She ranted and shouted at the video camera. I think she ranted and shouted at the video camera should be its own separate sentence. So you should have she was pissed off end with a period. This is worse than, don't you mean than, anything I've ever read. Okay, you need an apostrophe in the word I've. She went on and on about the grammar spelling mistakes. The grammar spelling mistakes? How about the grammar and spelling mistakes and how the 2 out of characters were? And shouldn't it say in how the characters were out of character or something like that? Susan came home. She heard the critic raging upstairs. She looked for something, anything that she could use to stop the critic. Probably would involve a wooden coat hanger or a frickin' vacuum pipe. Ouch. She was scared of the critic, not really of her attacking, but of her safety. She knew the critic was mad and would do anything to stop the video. Okay. Susan runs to the angry critic, grabbing her. Calm down, you bloody crazy lunatic. The critic thrashed about, completely insane, to go from 0 fanfics to 1 horrible one. Okay, the sentence to 1 horrible one is a fragment. The change was too tragic. Susan covered her mouth. Okay, whose mouth did Susan cover? Did she cover her own mouth in shock, or is she supposed to be covering my mouth? And if she's covering my mouth, what's she trying to do? Suffocate me? Yes, that'll really stop me from going insane. It'll kill me. Problem solved. Calm down. The critic began to calm down due to lack of breath. Yeah, that's pretty much it. She's suffocating me in this. She passes out. What did you just read that made you begin to act like a mutt with rabies? She looked at the screen. Susan said the title out loud. Okay, the grammar is so horrid in this story. Todd and SpongeBob's Gay Adventure. Now, why would you even click on something like that? I missed reviewing fanfics. Whoa, what? I thought my character was supposed to be passed out. So how can I be answering Susan if I'm passed out? Oh, and why the heck is the fanfic critic's dialogue in Susan's dialogue? People, when a new line of dialogue is spoken, have it be in its own line. Don't have it be in the other person's line. Doesn't make any sense. She said calmly, almost in a whisper. Susan looked down to her. I think you have a problem, fanfic critic. I think you're addicted to bad fanfics. Uh-huh. The fanfic critic looked down to her feet. I think you might be right, Susan. She sighs and plays with her razor. Susan takes away the razor. This is coming with me. She slides the razor into her pocket and kneels down to the fanfic critic to help her up. Unfortunately, she forgot to close the razor and she cut her ass open. No, that was not in the story. I just added it in there for fun. Okay. What can I do to stop myself? Fanfic critic began to cry softly. Oh, please. Seriously? Susan hugs the crying fanfic critic. Well, I guess this is a step up from what happened in the last fanfic, seeing in the last fanfic Susan was beating the shit out of me. I think you should sleep now. The critic takes off her glasses and gets ready for bed. So what, are you implying that when I go to sleep, I just take off my glasses and just go to bed in the full suit? Time to sleep. No, doesn't work like that. Well, it could have been worse. Could have had to be that. Oh, wait, no. Not gonna go that way because then I might inspire another fanfic involving duck. She lies down in the bed and falls asleep. The next morning, the critic goes to do fanfiction.net. It was blocked. What? Susan put her hand on the critic's shoulder. So is there more than one fanfic critic in the room, or do you mean to have an apostrophe S? You're quitting this cold turkey. Well, that's it. Sorry again about the last one. I didn't mean to upset anyone. So that's how it just ends? Okay. First of all, guys, let me clear something up with you. I'm not addicted to bad fanfics. Okay? Okay. To be honest with you guys, I haven't filmed episodes. I haven't really filmed a lot of episodes lately because of things that have been going on. So I have taken a bit of a break from it. And also, I've been making an effort to read good stories. And also, it also depends on the requests I get. If I get a ton of requests for bad fanfics, of course I'm going to read them. But I'm saying this now, I'm not addicted to bad fanfics. And just because you guys see me freak out, I don't do it all the time. Anyway, let's just critique this story. Let's just say it's a big step up from the fanfic that Susan took a look at, which was called The Final Nerve, and it was a big step up from Master Maritsu's story, Overlooked Feelings. Although for Overlooked Feelings, the spelling and grammar was a lot better in that one, and the story had a much better flow. What made that story horrid was the fact that it made Susan and I lesbians, and in love with each other. And that's just gross, because we look exactly alike, and we see each other as sisters. And besides, I don't see how you could be attracted to someone who looks exactly like you. That'd be like making out with a mirror. Hello, sexy. You're very good looking today. Oh, I thought you would never say so. Why don't you pucker up and give your lover a kiss? I thought you'd never ask. Aren't you glad I put that visual in your mind? Anyway, the story was a step up from its predecessor, but it was still not that good. The spelling and grammar was all over the place. There was missing punctuation marks. The dialogue made no sense. Having the story kind of leave off where the first story started was kind of bad. I mean, they should have just deleted the other story and just rewrote it all together. And why would my character randomly fall asleep and have a dream about Susan beating the crap out of her, and then when she wakes up from that dream, she thinks nothing of it? No, I think I'd be a little freaked out if I had a dream about Susan beating me up and then I wake up and it's like, oh, I'm in front of her computer. Maybe I shouldn't be reviewing a fanfic on her computer, because what if I do freak out and destroy the fanfic? And guys, you've never seen me destroy my laptop when I read a bad fanfic. Okay, maybe that one time, but still, I don't make a habit of it. You know, these things are expensive. And I'm sorry, this razor here would not be able to smash a computer into little pieces. I'd probably break this before I'd break the laptop or the computer. In fact, I've already broken this thing once. I had to fix it, actually. So, the story, grammatically, it was horrible. Storyline, I mean, it has a good moral in a sense. I mean, at least it's showing that Susan's character cares about my character and wants me to get better and stuff, but how it ended was just kind of, it just ended. You're quitting this cold turkey. The end. No, you don't end a story like that. I mean, you could have had it be that Susan tries to get the fanfic critic's character to read good fanfics and review more good fanfics to get her away from reviewing the bad fanfics. Or you could have had it be a deal that Susan brings the fanfic critic to counseling. You could have had it be like that, but no, you just have it end with, oh, well, you're quitting cold turkey. And one more thing, there's other fanfiction websites out there other than fanfiction.net. And besides, the fanfic critic could easily sneak out, go to a library where there's a public computer and review fanfics there. It just, I don't know, the story just ended kind of stupidly. But it may be a fanfic about myself and Susan again, but at least it's not about us being lesbians, and at least it doesn't involve one of us beating the shit out of the other one. Yeah. Well, I'm the fanfic critic. I read it, you listen, and I better make sure that Susan doesn't find out about this fanfic. Oh wait, she might already know about it. Yeah, she does already know about it because she made a reference to it in her other review. Okay, I shouldn't let her know that I reviewed it. Oh wait, she watches my show. Damn it. Either way, I'm screwed. I'm the fanfic critic, I read it, you listen, and I have absolutely nothing to say. Time for me to get rolling. Bye!